Let's go, guys. Goblin had to wait a while. I just got myself a whole fucking handful of almonds, and I realized I left my mic on the whole time. So I'm what we call a big brain player who was chomping almonds. If you were wondering why during the clips there was me, the sound of me eating and drinking and slurping water, sorry. It's because I'm a bit of a dummy, and I accidentally screwed that up. Anyways, we've got the series going. It is a semi-final. It's still best of 3. Only the finals is best of 5. Remember, this is the EPT America's Cup. I have no idea which number. Is this 16? I think it's like 16 or something. Let's double check over here, shall we? Sorry for not having the avatars running. I should really have had those running out of game. It is number 16. America's Cup, number 16. And let's get those avatars ready for the next out of game. Down here in the bottom left, I just challenged him. I asked him when he's having a wrestling match with Namshar to see who's the best European Canadian. Or a boxing match, actually, a pay-per-view. I want it to be like a Paul Logan versus Sick or whatever his name is. I think it's like S-I-K and Paul Logan, I think their names are. Whatever those YouTube tubers names are. I don't know. YouTubing's not a real job. Anyway, down here in the bottom left, he said he's way more Canadian. He says he loves poutine and cheese curds. He integrates maple syrup into all of his German recipes. It is Team Liquid's TLO, who's sneaking a drone out. He's taken his opponent's hatch. He's trying to sneak a drone out. This probe's like, no, buddy. And, oh, look at that. He knows it. So he's going to take the gas. It's the Queen Ravager push. This is the one I did. I did it on my hatchery. Oh my God, I had no idea. I did this literally in my first game of this tournament today, but I took this hatchery. Oh, this is so sick. So it's hatch first there. Yeah. And then you just take that gas. He's going to send a few drones. He should send a few drones now. Or does he build them there, maybe? I would send 3 drones across. Yeah. So basically, you're just going to make a Roach Warren Queens from here that'll walk over one at a time. So Stargate's not going to defend for Goblin. It's not going to work. And wait, where's his second gas at? I see 2 extractors in the production tab, but there's clearly only 1 building. The production tab, because it's a rich geyser, counts it as a double gas. What the fuck? So anyway, yeah, Roach Warren goes down. He's building queens. He's going to walk the queens from here up, spread creep forwards. Obviously, the zealots are going to come and try and interrupt the mining. This is a cute little move from Goblin. Sorry, I think I called him Namshar a few times there because I was obviously distracted. Obviously, this is Goblin versus TLO, and Goblin staying 1 base. Wisely not putting down a Nexus, massing Stalkers and Shield Batteries. He's going to come out and try to overwhelm this. Now, the problem I've had in the past is basically they can get so many Ravagers off this gas, and oh no, already gets 2 Zealots surrounded. Good trade here for TLO if he can get both of those. You know what? Goblin backs into the corner and makes the best of what I thought was a bad situation. Does he just kill 8? Did he just kill 8 Zerglings or 10 Zerglings for like literally a Zealot and the hit points of another Zealot? That's incredible. And now the Stalkers are here and they're ready to fire on this. He's building more pylons, more shield batteries. He's saying, look, if I get pushed behind my wall, he's going to kill all my production. I'm going to lose those 2 gateways and lose the game. He is building a 3rd and 4th gate. He's saying, look, we're 1 base versus 1 base. You're going to go Ling Ravager. I'm going to go 4 gate Stalker. He gets a Sentry as well, which you can use to potentially do that. That's going to be sexy. But look at this. He can kill the Extractor. You can tell he's played against this before, has Goblin. Oh, man. This is sick. I don't know who wins. Thankfully, it's hard to focus the drones on the gas. Those queens coming forward. They do a little bit of damage. Shield battery's good, though. Warp gate's done. I feel like Goblin should have this, but it's all about TLO being very careful with his engagements. And if he can get creep up here, that's going to be really big. The gas is going down. Oh, Goblin. I think Goblin just needs to pull away. Yeah. Oh, man. Goblin got the gas. I think with that, he wins the game. I think he's just interrupted the gas mining too much. And now you're not going to have enough Ravagers. Dario is building slow Zerglings. Link speed's still 20 seconds away. Oh, man. He's got 3 queens up here. Keep in mind, though, their ability to transfuse is kind of insane. The problem he has right now is, look at that. He loses another drone from the high ground. If he can wrap around with Lings, it'd be great. But he's not going to be able to do it. Goblin's got too many units. There's literally not enough material for TLO. Goblin should be able to stutter step and get back to the batteries. Ooh, he gets 1 Stalker, but now the Queens can't take part in that fight. And, oh man, this is a very awkward situation for TLO. He's got to keep that gas alive. He's got to keep fighting here. But Goblin just on fire. And I think there's enough. Oh, gets back to the shield battery. It's still so close. Could still go either way. He's lost most of his sentries, has Goblin. And those queens, their transfuse ability, their massive hit points is so powerful. It's a real shame he's taking so long to get the creep up here, though. I really think he needed to spread those tumors a bit more aggressively while he was fighting there. And I think TLO did miss a slight opportunity. The gas gets sniped again. TLO's got to be triggered by that right now, man. And remember, it's still a double gas. It still shows up as 2 on the production tab. That's insane. Ooh, an Overlord snipe. That hurts. Dario's on 17 workers versus 23 probes. It is 4-gate, Zealot, Sentry, Stalker. Up against a Protoss. Just 1 base 4-gate. And here we go. He's going to come forward and get a shield battery or 2. Goes... Oh, the Zealot warp in quickly blocks that. Good snipe on a shield battery, though. Cancels his shield battery. Interesting. Is he going to expand? Are you serious? No, don't expand, Goblin. Keep making units. I don't think the Nexus is the right call. Yeah, just keep making Stalkers. This is actually a crazy game. Gets another drone and another. Oh, beautiful. 3 drone snipes is huge. TLO can't afford that, man. Now TLO has to kind of fight right now. Shield battery using its energy to heal another battery. Not bad, not bad. For TLO, that is. Oh, turn around and fight. Dario, he's coming down. He's come a bit too deep, has Goblin. Yeah, loses a Roach there. And only damages a Stalker. I think Goblin may be getting a little bit too aroused right now, a bit too excited. May have to contain himself. Young men, very fast, very aggressive. Sometimes, though, they go a bit too deep. Great force fields, though. Oh, no. Oh, TLO, he didn't save a bile for the force fields. And now he's kind of trapped. Yeah, I think that friendly fires in a big way, yeah. Where are the queens? Get the transfuse going. Transfuse. He's got to transfuse these Ravagers and Roaches. Oh, the focus fire from Goblin. He takes out most of the Ravagers. And I think even if the sentries go down, I think the Stalkers are good enough here. A bit of miss micro there from Goblin. Pulling back the Stalkers when it was clearly the sentries that should have been pulled back. Very aggressive micro. Does have to be careful chasing on creep. Transfuse still a powerful spell. And just back and forth and keeping the creep back and constantly getting on this high ground and sniping this. I think we see the weakness of this build being taken on this hatch. It's a good build order, but Goblin, I think, was mentally prepared. You saw him move a probe there, scout from the high ground, and absolutely wreck it. People are mentioning in chat, oh, a few Zealots needed to be added in for the Zerglings. Kind of. It's always a push and pull. You don't want too many Zealots. Obviously, the more Stalkers and Sentries you have, remember, there's not a lot of production for TLO, so even though the Zerglings seem scary, he's at a low enough production count, you can kind of deal with them. With the Stalkers and Sentries, you definitely do want to add a few Zealots in here or there, and that's why Goblin's been trickling them in, but very slowly. The Nexus is up. The Robo is starting up in the main base. The Hallucinate's going to go across, and it's going to confirm. He says, you haven't expanded, have you? Pretty sure you're still on just shitty economy. And as this comes through, let's go to Goblin's cam. He's looking at it. He's looking at it. He says, okay, double gas, 1 base. Sees on the minimap, no expansion. He says, okay, we've just got to survive. He's still got to hold this position. So yeah, I like more shield batteries. I would like a few more Zealots now as these armies grow in size. Just like 1 or 2 more Zealots. He's making a lot more sentries, and he can kind of defend the choke point quite well. So yeah, very well microed here by Goblin. He's probing non-stop. I would argue greedily at this point. I think he should be just a little safer. I do think he's got the game in the bag. But, I mean, yeah, more batteries. More batteries, more sentries. I mean, sentries don't do a lot of damage, so force fields are good. But with an attack from both sides, they're not going to be as useful as more Stalkers and Zealots. Their DPS, their hit points are quite low. And I think Goblin might be about to get jumped. TLO goes for it. He tries to ambush the Ravagers. 2 of them get caught. But now the Zerglings are on top. He's going to do a quick recall, but he's going to lose a lot of units in the process. Oh, man. A lot of Stalkers and Sentries went down. Those Stalkers and Sentries go down. Guys, do not underestimate the power of this build. Goblin just lost a lot of his damage output. He does have an Immortal. How many Zerglings we got? 18 Zerglings, 5 Ravagers, 3 Roaches, 2 more Ravagers morphing. So it's going to be about 8 Ravagers. That's a lot. A good trap, though, with the force fields. Is it too much of an overextension, though? TLO looks to answer, but the shield batteries just out of this world. Look at all that healing, man. They run dry, but then all the Zerglings are gone. The Ravagers can't push through, and it all gets time to regenerate. And every time that happens, that is a Zerg nightmare. The Queens... They're there, but there's just no Zerglings, man. Without Zerglings to wrap around, You've got Immortals and Stalkers that just beat Ravagers head to head. You need those Zerglings to buffer, to surround, to deal that damage. Some nice biles coming forward. We do see one shield battery falling. Still denying the mining here. It's 33 probes to 20 drones. Another Immortal starts up. That is the second Immortal. There is a Prism out. More shield batteries being rebuilt. More units being built off 4 gates. You cannot underestimate this pressure. It is one of the scariest builds. And the Ravagers come in. The Queens go for the Prism, but they get ambushed on that right-hand side. I think that's the real story. Both Queens just died, and he didn't do significant damage up here at the same time. TLO's getting more and more antsy. He knows he needs to do damage. He's going to break those force fields, trying to bile the army, but he gets pushed back. He's got an Observer. He can clear those creep tumors quite well. Notice he's got it on a patrol path, so it can't be biled easily. It's hard to anticipate where it's going to move. If you do a multi-waypointed path, that Observer, very hard to hit. Immortals drop in down here, start going, hey, guess what? Come fight me, come fight me. Let me trade my shields for unit kills. I'm even going to snipe your hatchery right now. A good squad of Zealots in the front as these armies get bigger and bigger. And great force fields. Traps it, spreads against the biles. Takes very few corrosive bile hits. And anytime those Ravagers are having to force their way into a fight, it's quite bad for the Zerg. GG, well played. A great map 1 there for TLO versus Goblin. And we'll get into map 2 momentarily. Simulacrum map 2. It's a very good counter. Never let TLO get up there and get position. If TLO got in front of those gateways in that core, I tell you guys, that would have been really nasty. The trade at the start, 1 Zealot for like 8 Zerglings, and delaying the gas mining before that, well played. Alright, alright, alright. I am ready to face TLO in a Zerg versus Zerg. You can see me there, sitting in the lobby against him. It's going to be good. Hey, Petrusti with a 9-month resub pops out a baby. It's very ugly, but that's okay. Creativity clash. TLO versus Goblin is what we're going to call this. And this is a semi. This is a semi in this week's EPT, remember? And then we've got Euthermal or Bly versus Drogo, which is the other semi. And then we'll have the finals after that. Just getting it all organized for YouTube. These are some really fun builds. So we're going to put all these up. And diving into map number 2, down up here in the top left. Down 1 game. Cheesy build did not work out in map number 1, but I do love the build. In the blue, it's Liquid's TLO. Down here in the bottom right-hand side, in the red, the Protoss player with a perfect read, scout, and clinical defense. Up 1 game in this series. Needs 1 more to go to the grand finals. It's Goblin. Loss tab is blank right now. And yeah, we are back. So thank you, everybody. And resume in about 80 seconds. So yeah, and I'm still in game. So guys, let's go. We're back. This is a blink all in. This is the exact same build that we saw Creator kill Ragnarok with in GSL the other day. That is a fake gas. Actually, no, it's not really a fake. But yeah, essentially you go out with a 4 Stalker drop. And then you unload, you warp in a bunch more Stalkers, and you just look to kill them. So TLO has no idea this is happening right now. He does see a missing gas, and that might give him a little bit of an inclination, but you need to stop building drones at like 45 workers and just mass fighting units. Like you need to mass fighting units. and you will have a chance. Right now, TLO looking for info. He's looking for scouting. The Prism comes out. As I said, Stalker drop. Oh, you're going to show the Stalker drop? Oh, you know what? The Stalker drop, he's actually showing it on purpose to hide the warp in and to be like, look, it's a Stalker drop. I'm going to hunt Overlords. Yeah. Just build a handful of Zerglings. That's all you need. Realistically, you would want to be getting up about 5 Ravages and then going into mass Zerglings. TLO is building a lot of Zerglings. He is making roach speed, but if he starts droning at all here, not realizing how powerful this is, he could be in trouble. I think he might realize, though. He's building only Overlords and fighting units right now. He's pulling back. He wants to let those Stalkers come too deep on creep. Oh, this is a good bait. It's a good bait. He's going to come in with the flank from behind. The Queens look like they're exposed. Are they, though? Nuh-uh. A lovely surround. Can he get back to the low ground? Prism, 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 Prism. Oh, he saves most of them. But still rough. There we go. Good micro here by Goblin. Gets back to the high ground and says, whoa, 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 whoa. The whole thing here is you just want to let your Stalker count spiral. After that ambush, you realize, okay, he's not got a big economy, so I actually need to be very conservative and slow. I cannot overextend. I do need to start trading. There is a bit of urgency there, but I need to be very careful with it. I can't afford to get surrounded. The Observer coming in to pick off the creep is going to help. The Zerglings are coming for a bit of a flanky flank. Now, that's a bit ambitious, but... Ooh, oh my god, he's almost killing Stalkers, but not quite getting any just yet. He's just got so many units, though. It's good micro from Goblin. I don't know if it's good enough. There's just so many Zerglings, and he does not have the firepower. TLO got a good read of what was happening, and is responding with just mass unit production. So, GG, well played, and that is just a fantastic job there. If you guys can spam in chat, the stream is back up. That would be much appreciated. This is such a sick build, by the way. And remember, it looks like it's shut down. As long as TLO just keeps doing this, just keeps producing Ling Roach, maybe starts a melee upgrade. He's got a 4th hatch, which is great for extra production. A macro hatch if he manages to get to 60 drones. But right now, just sprinkling a couple extra drones on the 3rd. Just making more Ravages, making more Lings. He's hunting down this Observer. He's going to get it. He's going to get it. He gets it. Yeah. And for Goblin, you're all in. You got no follow-up. You're just going to keep making Stalkers and hope your opponent takes some bad, over-aggressive chasing attacks. That was a bad fight for TLO there. Not a great one. Let's bring the Queens forward now. I mean, he's got the advantage of the choke point. He's got roach speed as well. So even though these fights aren't amazing for TLO, he's got a much bigger economy. And every Stalker that dies is very bad for Goblin. A lot of them already heavily bruised. The creep spread is incredible. That's something TLO's done a great job of keeping up. He's trying to make an infestation pit, so he actually wants to go infestors to lock this down. Lings come in from behind. The Stalkers blink on it. Oh man, this is scary. A lot of Stalkers do fall there, about 4. Maybe not 4, maybe only 2 or 3 actually. Units lost tab still more efficient here. He's going to keep replacing the creep as TLO. 3rd base goes down behind this. But Goblin, I don't think he has any plan of really using that. 14 out of 16 in the main and the natural. So he's slightly under saturation. He took the 4th gas, but he's going to send a few Zealots to run by the 3rd. Oh, that's a very cutesy maneuver. Hoping TLO gets way too focused on the front, because normally you don't multi-prong with this, but those Zealots are going to hit that 3rd. I think the next time TLO chases him on the map, he's going to send those in. Or maybe he's going to use those as a fallback point for the Stalkers so they can engage the Zerglings. Not something you see very often because the Zealots lack the mobility, so he's keeping them far back, which is going to be really goddamn nice. And, alright, just reopening my stream on my mobile, checking that we are all good. Yeah, we are. Okay, good. I'm like, man, my preview's up, but I'm not 100% sure it's actually played for you guys because we got the delay. It's all good. Good to know. All right, so at this point, Goblin's doing a good job of just doubling down. He's adding probes and a robotics bay. The robotics bay is going to allow you to make disruptors. You see 1-1 upgrades here for TLO. So TLO is so focused on winning the ground fight. He's not thinking too much about muters, or he's actually going Hive. Vipers are incredible for countering disruptors and Colossus. So not a bad choice. Oh my god, Roach Ravager catches the Stalkers in the open, and there's just so many units. The Lings trying to siege the natural wall will not get through though. This is a big attack for TLO. He's on 55 drones. He does not want to let his opponent get the 3rd up. He's got a lot of Roaches and Ravagers, but the Stalkers, oh man, these ones on the bottom aren't being microed too well. The bottom side of that, not managed well by Goblin. But the top side, this is a trap here. If TLO overextends, these Stalkers can end up getting insanely efficient. I think a few too many biles might be landing though. A lot of the probes starting to fall as well in the mineral line. It's just this fight might turn. The reinforce is slow for TLO. He doesn't have the upgrades ready yet. He ends up taking a trade here, but I think it was a disastrous trade for TLO. As I said, going off creep into a concave, the Blinkstalkers are so flexible, they can just fall back into an ever-expanding concave, and you almost inevitably, when you do that sort of push against pure Blinkstalker, you find yourself in the mouth, the jaws of the Protoss army. And suddenly now we've got an army supply advantage. Mass Blinkstalkers against Ravagerling. And with 1-1, I mean, that fourth base is dead. TLO suddenly on the back foot. The Stalkers are heavily wounded. And with 1-1 upgrades kicking in, I still think he's got a good shot in this game, does TLO. He's going to try to send a small Ling backstab. But yeah, he lost a lot of his valuable units. He's now just stuck in Roach Ling production. Starts +2 range. So he's going to mass Roaches and Ravagers and Zerglings. Back to 3-hatch production does suck. Quick reactions here by Gobo. Does get the double Zealot out. They will deal with that. The Stalker's pushing forward. Yeah, the creep spread's a big problem. He sniped so many observers, has TLO, and that's making it hard for Goblin to push in here. Look at how much creep there is. This is actually insane. He does have an observer, and he's got even another one coming because he realizes that he can't fight on creep, but it's a scary thing there for Goblin. I am surprised we didn't see an Infestor or two to try and lock the Stalkers down. He's getting a Viper, which is genius. It's going to deal with Colossus and Disruptors. That's the logical progression path there for Goblin. You can tell TLO understands this situation that he's in and what he's got to watch out for. Mass Roach Ravager Zergling. Oh shit, man, what if a Colossus gets out? It's going to roast like unlimited count of Zerglings. And then if there's Disruptors, you need some Abducts as well. All right, Stalkers come forward. One bile does land, but they take out a good section of Roach Ravager and essentially only lose one Stalker for it. So these sort of trades are just incredible. Look at that units lost tab. Goblin here just running around the map with this Mass Stalker. He's got a third up, fully saturated. Of course, the main is mining out. The natural starting to mine out as well. But he's actually even in workers. If he can get back to defend this next attack, he'll wreck TLO. Now, TLO, once again, being overly aggressive. TLO cannot fight here. If he gets the workers, that's great. But he's got to get out. There's too many Stalkers. He's actually outnumbered right now. He needs to run. TLO cannot be fighting here right now. This is not a good choice. TLO needs to go home. Oh, no. I think this is killing him. I think the Vipers and defensive play would have done it, but look at the Stalker micro. Oh, the Colossus! The Colossus stayed a bit too deep, a bit too long. Those Stalkers on the left, a bit slow. Goblin, you can tell, struggling to micro when the fight spans multiple screens. The Colossus goes down, but the Stalkers do end up winning the fight. Not as efficiently as I thought he would, though. I really think Goblin could have taken a bit of a better trade. 9 workers go down. He loses the Colossus. A lot of the Stalkers still heavily damaged. Yet again, though, I think these trades, when you're only at 56 drones as TLO, I would call this a disaster. I thought the first one was a disaster. I think he stabilized. But I think at this point, you got to say, if you're a Zerg fan, if you're a Canadian-German fan, if you like the Wunderwunsch, if you like creativity and very intelligent players, then right now you should be going, ah, fuck, this here is a disaster, mate. That's, honestly, it's a hard position. Zealot run by is going to hit the main. The Zealot's going to hit the natural. He's timing it out so they all hit at the same time, and the Stalkers are going to snipe the bottom. We're going to see a 3-base Zerg whose economy is about to get savaged. And look at that, the Zealots in the main. The Zealots down here actually end up chasing a Roach attack. That's kind of bad for Goblin. It would be much better if they were in the natural. Stalkers come forward, snatch a few drones, snatch the 4th base. The Zealots going ham in that main. He's still going to clean up this Roach run by, so that's something. But I think he could have killed even more workers here and really put TLO back to the Stone Age. We've got 3 Vipers on the map. Those are the big potential game changers. Of course, the problem right now is the fact that Vipers cannot really deal with the infinite flexibility of the Blinkstalkers. Yeah, they'll deal with the Colossus, but there's only one. And look at this, a smart pivot, a swap in the tech here for Goblin. Pivots, pirouettes, slides past TLO's Viper Guard, and just slashes his underbelly with some High Templar and Storms. And that's something TLO is not ready for. He's anticipated the tech switches really well up to this point, but after taking those 2 misguided attacks on the Protoss 30, he was worried about Goblin getting to the next stage, worried about Goblin adding upgrades and all the rest. I think TLO forgot to take into account his tech upgrade advantage. He's on 2-2 versus 0-0. He can play defensive, even on a poor work account, which feels uncomfortable as a Zerg. When you've got that big an upgrade advantage, you've got a little bit more flexibility to have a bit of an average economy, but you can't fight on his side of the map. And as I said, the pivot, the pirouette, the slice to the belly, the storm comes in and he goes, fuck, how am I ever going to use these Vipers? If those High Templars stand in front of this army, they will feed back, feed back, feed back, feed back. Oh, he abducts a High Templar and a Stalker. The High Templar, good abduct. The other one, not so much. The Vipers have to go back and refill on their energy. The Roach Ravager's trying to posture aggressively here. Remember, he's still got sick upgrades, and we've only got one Immortal building right now. One Immortal joins the army, another Immortal is there. There's not a lot of Storm energy after those feedbacks went down. It's just a scary point because we're looking at a Protoss who's going to max out soon. And even on 0-0, you add splash damage to a max of Blink Stalkers. TLO's about to butt up against the supply. And with Roach Ravager, the supply cap is your enemy. Those are not supply efficient units. And you're not going to do too well with that. The observer count is just insane, by the way. He's still got 2 observers, despite losing like 3 this game. This was not hosted on WCS GameHard, unfortunately. Lazy pro players, Goblin and TLO. Not giving us the best observer interface. A Forge. The first Forge starts at the 16-minute mark. Legendary. This is what we call a normal macro game. Why is he making sentries right now? And that's actually good versus Roaches, right? But I would always prioritize just having more Storm here. And I do actually think just more Archons, more Storm is the right idea. Finds a Changeling hiding in his army. TLO's looking for those abducts. He wants to catch. He abducts one High Templar, another High Templar. TLO's got to get the hell out of there. As I said, there's too much Storm. Even with 2-2, I don't think he can overwhelm this army. Stalkers blink forward on the Ravagers on the left flank. The Immortals are getting smashed. 2-2 upgrades are bloody amazing. Oh, there's still 2 Archons there, though. Oh my god, 2-2. Roach Ravager. The Zerg Dream. These elite Roach Ravager units are going to take out every single tech unit in this army and actually manage to get the trade. Oh my god. TLO has balls. I mean, some people out there know that he has balls. They've checked. He has a wife. I'm sure she knows that he has balls. He's been out there. He's done crazy shit. He tried to proxy hatch forward hatch Ravager on goddamn Everdream. But taking that engagement, I mean, he needed to take that engagement. But it's just impressive that he managed to commit through those storms, come in with the flank, abducted some High Templar, took a good initiate, and managed to trade out. He's still, of course, in big trouble. There's 4 Zealots in the main. TLO's going all in with Roach Ravager. He knows he's got to stop this 4th base. So he's sending Roaches and Queens. He actually doesn't care about the spawning pool too much. That does not matter. When you're on 2-2 Roach Ravager, all you care about is the Roach Ravager. He's going to focus the Nexus, but look at that. The Stalkers are so mobile, man. This is a bad fight for TLO. Yeah, he's going to commit to the Nexus, but he's going to lose too many Roaches in the meantime. Stalkers, like I said, a very flexible unit. They still don't have +1. These Roaches are making a pretty good account for themselves, but yeah, starts doing some defensive blinks mixed with offensive blinks. Great focus fire by TLO. Is that enough? I don't know, guys. I honestly, this game is fucking balls to the wall madness. I'd love to see TLO win. He's still up 20 supply, but it's a Roach supply. There's Immortals. The upgrade gap will very slowly be closing. The 4th base is being rebuilt. Let's look at the mineral income. Right now, TLO only has a 4th hatch. Oh, his mineral income is balls. Shit. If TLO had a 5th hatch right now, I'd be okay with this work account. I'd say it's cool. He's still got a good mineral income advantage. But after losing the Vipers in that previous battle, there's too much tech renewability here for Goblin. His gases are still mining on this base. They're still mining on this base. He'll be able to get gases here. And he's got Storm. He's got Immortals coming out to counter the Roaches. High Templar to counter both the Roaches and the Vipers. And the longer this game goes, I think we're going to see Goblin get more and more efficient. TLO took some great fights, but there's no more Colossus anymore. It's just Immortals, just Stalkers, just High Templar, and being stuck on Roach Ravager. He's now only got a 3 upgrade advantage, does TLO. The next engagement is probably going to decide this game. Unless they both start just harassing each other, we see a real kind of defensive stance from both players. They're both looking to take a perfect next engagement. TLO's mineral income very bad right now, in that it is just this base and just this base, right? He's got, oh, actually those 2 mineral patches are giving him a tiny bit that's about to run out. Obviously it's been even worse for Goblin, but now that the 4th is finished, you're going to see that jump up and get relatively similar. They're going to have almost identical mineral income. That's not a situation you want here as the Zerg player, because you've got a Protoss who's going to be able to spend his gas very efficiently as well. Your gas can get dumped into Ravagers. The Vipers are still somewhat countered by feedback. This is still a hard situation for you as the Zerg. He's looking for a gigantic engage. He's ignoring the Zealots. He's coming in with the surround. The Vipers get feedbacked. He doesn't get any spells down. TLO is all in, and he is eating Storm. He gets 2 Immortals sniped in the front of that army. It was an aggressive maneuver, but it's costing him big time. The Zealots tearing up his mineral line. His Queens did fall back there. He's going to get the Nexus. The problem is, has he taken too much damage behind this? I don't think he can push up that ramp. There's still... Oh, there's no Storm. There's no Storm. He might actually be able to shove in and just win the game there. Oh no, those Zealots are going to get this base. Roaches just don't do much damage. Okay, does save the hatch. That's important. Down to 43 drones. Like I said, without a 5th hatch, he actually doesn't care about losing the workers. Who knows, he might have been able to shove his way in and win there because he was actually out of Storm energy. I think attacking up that ramp is the scariest thing in the world. If TLO did it, I think he wins the game. Because he could have killed the Immortals and forced all the High Templar to morph into Archons, which would have meant no Storm for you. Now, Goblin gets 30 seconds of respite, and suddenly he's got 7 Storms in this army, and you're like, oh, that makes up for that upgrade advantage. It's now +2 as well. So he's only got a 2 upgrade advantage. This is not, this is a supply advantage, looks bigger. You might go, hey, he's up 40 supply. It's Roach supply. The upgrade advantage is gone. There's 4 Immortals, 5 Immortals, 2, an Archon, Storm. This is still neck and neck right now. And you know what? TLO is going to continue to be aggressive. He realizes everything has to commit across the map. Oh, he's forgotten about these Roaches. But he finds the 4th. It starts, it gets cancelled. He leaves 2 Roaches to vomit on a few of those probes. That's a lovely pickup. He's losing more drones. He's Zealots, though. Every Zealot that goes down is costly. That's army. And in this sort of game, army value becomes sacred. Trading a Zealot for 2 drones is probably better for the player who loses the 2 drones because neither of them has enough bases to mine from. He's got to put back on gas, does TLO. He's really got to put back on these gases. He ran all his drones away. I can't believe he hasn't found room to squeeze another hatch in. Goblin's like, yeah, man, I mean, I've just got to survive now. He's even making +3 attack because he realizes that just camping, his army's getting stronger just through energy. And as all these High Templar tick over into double Storm territory, that goes from 7 Storms to 14 Storms. Oh no, I think TLO, this one may be slipping away from him. I think right now, it's just such good map vision. That's so impressive. We've got observers seeing these move outs. We've got a Zealot and a Stalker denying the expand attempt in the bottom. A Zealot going in to disrupt the gas mining one more time. Roach Ravage is going to come across. They do still have an upgrade advantage. They are going to push these probes to long distance mine somewhere else. But Goblin has realized there is one thing I need to do in this game. And that is, I need to win the army fight. I need to protect my High Templar, protect my Gateway Immortal army, and just make sure that this next fight is perfect. TLO, on the other hand, is going to max on Roach Ravager, and he's going to look for one more engage. Now, the way he wins that is he needs to get rid of these observers, and he hasn't been able to. He needs a queen or something out there clearing them, because he needs to come in from about... I don't think 180 will cut it. I think he needs a 270-degree surround on this army. And more importantly, it's not even about the number of angles. It's about the surface area. Even if you sandwich this army here, these are both cramped angles you'd be coming from. He needs to be coming in from big, wide angles, whereas Roach Ravager can both spread out so its storm isn't as impactful, but he also needs to be able to get on top of the army and fire with all of his Roaches and Ravagers at once. And Goblin here is happy to aggro this fight. He's like, dude, you're all in one clump. I can fight that. I can fight that. I like this Roach. He's going to unburrow and mess with that base. This Zealot being a bit of a dickhead. And this Prism has just been... Look at that, and he even preserves it. Oh, Goblin, you're so good at StarCraft. These Roaches are going to come in, join you up with that one. So I think he wants to wait for Goblin to come on the map. He's going Tunneling Claws, which is so good in this scenario, in fact. Yeah, look at this. So 2 Roaches are going to run in, gets a couple of them, and he knows, okay, run back there and burrow. I mean, this Observer is with the army. He will clean this up. And he knows there's an Observer, pops up, tries to get another probe, doesn't quite get it. There's another Roach up there. Okay, does catch it. It's another, I think he's going to trickle Roaches in. And he's building a Spire now, so he's going to try to swap to Mutas, and the reason is he'll get on top of the High Templar, snipe those when they separate from the army by surprise, and activate the Immortal barriers, and then he can dive on top. As well as, of course, the fact that in Muta swap, you can target these exposed mineral lines. I mean, there's only these 2 bases now that he needs to defend. Okay, Roaches and Ravagers are going to clean that up. I love that he's split his army in 2, has TLO. He's going to find 5 Zealots for free. My God, Roaches and Ravagers do low damage. It's my biggest pet peeve in the matchup when I try to play like a Roach style, is I'll always end up with like 10 Roaches trying to defend a 10 Zealot run by, and I A-move at them, and I look away, and I look back, and they killed 2 Zealots, and the rest ran past and killed my whole economy, and the Roaches decided to just stand there, and I'm like, do more damage, Roaches, please. Oh my God. Oh, that's a big blinding cloud. He's coming in. He wants to isolate this army. The storms are big though. And look at that. He goes forward with half the army. The other half pulls back. He storms his own probe line to shreds. 23 probes just died to storm. The killing of those Roach Ravager. I mean, he also slayed his own army. I think TLO splitting his army like that said, okay, I'm going to get ya. He made him panic. He panic stormed his own mineral line. And I mean, he killed a lot of army. And as I said, army is very important, but he just lost his only mining base other than these 2 mineral patches in this gas. So he's out of money. TLO, on the other hand, is also almost out of money, but not quite. He's still got those 4 mineral patches going. And I think on the defensive, he might be able to do this. What do we got? 5 High Templar left, and he's got a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I believe 7 storms in this army. He's also got 7 plus 3 immortals, and that is monstrous. Oh my God, TLO's trying to make Broodlords. I don't think we're gonna hit that point in this game. I think right now it's, oh man, I mean, TLO's got to flank this for sure. Yeah. He's gonna come in. I wouldn't mind him actually getting on the high ground, but there's an observer there. Oh, he's going for the High Templar, but he has to back off. He's gonna abandon this base. I think that's a good call from TLO. He gets an Archon. He's so afraid right now. TLO is so afraid. He's still up in mining right now, remember. He's still got those other 4 mineral patches. He's got a few thousand more resources. Unfortunately, he accidentally burrows a few Ravagers there, and that's a definite mistake. He does not want to lose those Ravagers. Oh, that's so rough. Accidental burrow. Roach counterattack. He might start a base trade now. So he's still got a squad threatening to pick off the High Templar. He's got Roaches denying the long distance mining and hitting this base. Goblin realizes it's a base trade and starts sending probes across the map. Hive's going to go down. Great Aspire is in the back. If TLO can get like 1 Broodlord out, maybe, but he's got almost no gas mining right now. This game is insane. In the membrane. Oh, he abducts an Immortal. Oh, that's the sort of move. That's a very high value. If he can grab another one, he's going to do it. He's got the creep vision. Grabs another Immortal, snaps it. Oh, that Viper is the recycler right now. He says, it's all right. I'm going to garbage compact this army. We're going to make brand new fucking, I don't know, cardboard boxes or some shit out of those dead Immortals. Let's go. He's got to pull the drones away. TLO's just got to keep backing off. Do not lose that Viper, whatever you do. That Viper is your godsend. He's going to get 1 more abduct. Grabs another Immortal. Doesn't quite kill that one, though. That one was a bit overeager there. He's taking another hatch up here. It's misplaced. It does not matter. TLO's heart is beating at 1,000 beats a minute right now, as is Goblin's. Goblin, long distance mining with a handful of probes. This game has gotten absolutely insane right now. The Stalkers and the Immortals running forward. Roaches and Ravagers once again pivot for the counterattack. He cancels the hatch. He's hiding more drones. He's down to just 5 workers. Those 4 workers going down. That's 4 of the 5 that are remaining. He's building more. He's going to cut that off. Drones going down. This hatchery goes down, or Nexus, I should say. There's still a few probes up there. 1 Stalker. Goblin says, okay, we'll retrieve that, rejoin it with the army. Overseer comes back. Roach Ravager is just running around in circles right now, and god damn. I mean, any moment TLO stands his ground in a clump, he's going to get fudged. This army will just jam storms and immortal shots down his throat. He'll be dead, right? Right now, he's long distance mining with 4 drones up against 7 probes that are long distance mining from these minerals to the natural nexus. The Prism scouting. Goblin is realizing, wait, you don't have mining bases either. He's got so much good observer vision as well. The secret to Goblin's success in this game, and shout out to Goblin for salvaging what was a failed blink all-in this game. I think TLO is going to be a little bit upset about those Roach Ravager timing attacks he went for in this series, as they did not end up being the right call. He's still trying to kill. I mean, you parasitic bomb it. You know you want to. Parasitic bomb. He's not going to do it. He's not an idiot. Don't worry. He doesn't want to indulge my sick urges, guys. Grabs a Stalker. It's not an Immortal, man. Nah. TLO. He's going to go for a High Templar. Full energy High Templar. Yes. That's well worth it. And the problem for TLO is he has... Oh, he's out of money. Oh, TLO's out of money. Oh, TLO's out of money. Oh, no, he can't rebuild. Oh, yes, he can. A hatchery in the bottom. He can trap him inside his own base. Goblin thinks he can win the elimination, but if he goes up that ramp, he's never going to get out. He's never going to get out if he goes up that ramp. Oh, the roaches threatening. Where's that Viper? Where is that Viper right now? Oh, he comes forward. Will he get it? He gets an Immortal there. Nicely done, TLO. Big balls. Comes forward. He's got a Viper here. He can suck energy off that Extractor, but he's worried. It's one of his last buildings. He gets the Abduct. Even though it gets the feedback, it lands the Abduct just beforehand. He's going to start Extractor tricking or Extractor consuming. He decides not to, realizing he has very few buildings left. Oh my god. How do you get down that ramp? Oh my god. Goblin may have just cornered himself. He's got a Prism, remember. But he doesn't know about the hatch. These hallucinations being very annoying. Probes are still long distance mining incredibly slowly, but he's got enough for a Nexus. Or a few more Zealots or something like that, depending on what he wants to build. So he's got enough money. Now remember, TLO doesn't have as much vision anymore, so he's going to have to use Changelings. He's waiting. He knows the Hallucinate's there, so he's not going to land the spell. He's got to wait for the Hallucinate to disappear. Yep, just grabs a Stalker. Well worth it. Well worth it. That's actually a sick move. He should be dropping Changelings right now. Yeah. He's got to keep that safe. Drop Changelings. You got to keep it safe from feedback. If he loses the Overseer, he's in trouble. It's his only Overseer. Now, there is no DT Shrine. 3 Roaches do find the long distance rally, grab a few probes. Nicely done. Remember, he can recall out of here, guys. And I think there's a good chance he does that. Oh, he clumps it up with Force Field so he can fit it all in one recall. Oh, no, he misses one Immortal. Ah, and a few Stalkers. Is there a maximum number of units you can get with a recall? Does anyone know? Oh, abducted. The Immortal goes down. Those Stalkers should get home. But every unit that dies is a big problem. Now, TLO needs to go defend that hatch, like yesterday. Yeah, the Prism finds it now. And Goblin's like, 3 High Templar and 3 Immortals remain. TLO, can we just give a shout out to this Viper Twitch chat? Can we just get a shout? Does anyone want to name this Viper? Where is it? Here it is. It's 2 kills itself, but it is assisted in like 36 kills. This is the support of TLO's entire army. This is the player who goes healer when everybody else wants to play DPS. This Viper is actually the unshouted out hard carry of this game. It has picked off so many of Goblin's units, and it's just so sick. Now, he doesn't know if there's anything in the Prism or not. This army's coming forward. I wouldn't steal too many hit points, buddy. That Extractor and this hatch are your last things in this game. Oh, no! Oh! TLO, stop it! Don't you dare be that creative, you silly boy! He just wasted his energy and almost killed his own Viper trying to recall it into Corrosive Bile. TLO, do not get so silly. How you be conservative and you keep picking off the important units with that Viper. No! Trying to abduct it into Corrosive Bile. Trying to get the Observers as well. Guys, this hatch only has 1,200 hit points. That plus a bleeding Extractor. This is not a lot of things to rely on. Every consume... Oh, he's getting a Parasitic Bomb? I don't know if I can get behind that, man. I really think he's overestimating the power of the Prism right now. I understand you're afraid to unload some Immortals. It's scary. So right now we're seeing TLO's trying to Corrosive Bile the Observer and the Warp Prism. And look at that. Very unpredictable patrol patterns. It's super hard to do. Now the Viper doesn't have energy, which means it can't really abduct these units. I think he has enough Roach Ravager. He doesn't care. I think he can beat this army head to head. As long as he, flanks and biles it and all that stuff. Gotta watch out for Force Fields though, right? Yeah, Goblin wants to shave off some units. Oh, he gets the Overseer! Now you can't see the Observer as easily as TLO. Sees these little shiny bits, but yeah. Okay. TLO's not really going for eliminations either. How many probes are still out? 4? Still long distance mining with 4 probes. He's still got a lot of minerals, does Goblin. I really wonder, is he going to try to build a Nexus and then defend it? Because TLO actually can't afford a drone right now. That might be dawning on him. It very well may be dawning. That's going to get feedbacked. No. TLO's being too ambitious right now, I think. Ooh, the Plague Stalkers get it! A Stalker does go down, another Stalker's gonna go down, and one more! Oh, one more Stalker. It's a lot of Stalkers do die there, but they take out the Viper, the renewability. Don't headbutt up there, TLO. No, that's a bad idea. I think surround flank, come in with the big old surround from two sides. The warp prism's here. There's nothing threatening the base trade. Just go for it. I think just kill this army and win the game. I think TLO, this is the right time to just pop a fatty. Get in there. Oh my god, Goblin realizes he's just going to run behind his wall. Oh, what a shit. Oh, he's so smart. Goblin's very smart at not throwing the game away in these scenarios. There's not many force fields left. TLO does have to still be wary. He's splitting his army right now. But this army is not very scary anymore. So TLO, yeah, he's going to be conservative. Oh, fuck me, this game is insane. This game is insane. This game is insane. I honestly, this is actually crazy, guys. Roddy is in chat. Goblin's dad is watching. Can you guys imagine if all of our fathers were that supportive? If they were all watching their sons compete every weekend in football, playing their little StarCraft ladder match. I gotta blink some tears away right now. Seeing Roddy, the Slayer of Neeb, the 2-0 of Neeb in chat, watching his son proudly saying, I'm proud of you, son. Keep killing it. Keep killing this stupid Zerg player. TLO, though, I would argue is not stupid. He is a large brain player. He loses a Tunneling Claw Roach. He's only got 32 more where that came from. How many did he leave at home? Just a small pack. 9 Tunneling Claw Roaches. If that was 2 Immortals, they could defeat that. And he can actually warp in Zealots. Remember, he's got money. No! No! TLO, not like this! Not like, I don't think it's enough. I don't think it's enough. Is he going to be able to overwhelm this? Oh my god, TLO just took some big juicy storms all over. And I think, oh my god, TLO's actually going to lose now. He just got over eager. That was not the moment to pop a fatty, mate. No. Oh no, TLO. What did he kill there? Like a High Templar? He can still win, but it's still, oh man, now it's scary. I get he's only got a hatch. He's worried about his enemy, Goblin, long distance mining. I mean, this might end up in a draw, guys. There's a cannon building here. Oh, Goblin just wants to force the draw now. He's like, let's just fucking build a cannon, man. Why not? It's better than a Zealot. No, you can't. Yeah, you can't get up there, TLO. That's not a, no, stop it. Oh, no. I want to see game 3 in this series, guys. I want to see game 3. Roddy says Goblin can win by just killing the buildings if he just sends 2 Immortals. Yeah, I mean, 100%. Because you can just keep dropping and picking up, and there's no way he can stop that. And then if he sends his whole army back to defend, you bring your army and just click on it, right? I think Goblin's realized, man. Guys, I'm actually having a clairvoyant moment. For those who don't know, I can actually see into the future. He's going to get hit by 2 Corrosive Biles and lose this Warp Prism. Somehow, Goblin is going to get distracted, and he is going to actually lose this game. Damn it! I was trying to use my magic powers to jinx it. I only have one thing to say, guys, and that is Goblin! Goblin! I cannot believe he salvaged that game. That was the best 2-0 of 2019, guy. 2020. I know what year it is. I know where I am right now. I may have escaped from my old person's home to cast this series. Holy crap. I hope you guys enjoyed that series. That was amazing. I cannot wait to watch the next semi-final. Goblin goes through to the grand finals. GG, well played.